Welcome to Overly Opinionated. Rest in peace to fallen kings, queens, and in-betweens.
And free the guys.
Free the guys for sure. Well,
End of the year.
that's the year.
That is the year.
I think you said before how quick this year went.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree, but I think I've been hearing that a lot.
Now, you still feel like we just started this podcast?
Yeah, surprisingly.
And look, we over 10 plus episodes.
Yeah.
And I remember our first episode.
But I also feel like 5 years ago was 2 years ago. COVID fucked up my time perception.
Oh, you're stupid. Yeah, because up to this year ran away. Was it a big year for you?
In some ways.
Like, in your years of life, did this year stand out?
Yeah.
For me too.
Yeah.
Like, this.
Wait. How did it stand out for you, though?
Bro, I got engaged this year. I got out the country this year.
You got engaged this year?
Yeah.
I thought that was last year.
No. Now that you said that does feel like a while ago, but yeah, that was April, bro. Like, this is like a big year for me, my
Yeah, this was a big year. You said you got out the country too.
Like, so yeah, it was,
got a stamp on his passport for the first time.
They don't do that no more.
Oh, word?
Sick thing, yeah. I'm low key sick about that.
Damn.
Yeah, that's corny as fuck. But yeah, it was. I think this I headed down a new street in my life this year. Why do you think your year was a big year for you? Just feels like it.
We took multiple vacations, which is a rare occasion for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to 4 UFC events
This year?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, in 12 months, not in 2022, but in 12
I was
months.
about to say what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's happening again?
Yeah, not soon, but yeah.
Especially
Especially since now they have UFC events around. Yeah.
Because with COVID, it was limited.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
No crowds or shit. So, if you had another year like this year, would you be happy?
Yeah.
Me too.
There would have to be a couple of differences, but yeah.
Like, anything that stands out, you willing to share?
More money.
Don't get me started on that shit. That makes me a bad guy if I say some shit like that.
I'm saying more money for the amount of work. This year would have been perfect if I made more.
Oh. You open your prices next year?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I've been thinking about mine. I think I am too, though. And it feels right because I feel a little more established. So it feels a lot more. I'm getting to the next level and I see it. Like, first off, it's like, you know how niggas just started doing petty crimes?
Huh?
Like how some people start out doing petty crimes and then now they hitting licks and shit. The upgrade, that's what it feels like. I'm hitting licks now. There's no more like petty crimes.
So,
Purse snatching or shit like that.
It's an aggressive way to put it, but all right.
I mean, for real. It's
I understand what you're saying. I just don't know
next
why
is a
you.
bank heist.
Okay.
I'm coming for it. But I want my goal is like 3 years from now, though, on that. And I'm not. It's crazy because I'm not in a rush.
I don't know what you mean 3 years from now. You know you can get paid right now. This is really the time.
Yeah, but I feel like the pressure, though.
The reason that I feel so confident in asking for more money is because that's the market we in right now. I have spoken to multiple people, women too. Now, that may not, like, to me, that wouldn't have affected how I felt about this before. I know there are people that say,
a fucking woman, who
how
cares?
I'm not editing that.
No, because hey, I don't mean that shit.
Yeah, sure. I'm editing that too. That's getting cut out too. But women, you often hear that women get paid less than men, so they are at a disadvantage when it comes for like making their salary and such. But I've heard multiple women say how they said, "No, I'm not working for that," and they threw the bag at them. Like they were like, "Oh, you know what? You right. Like you gonna get the bag." And me, bro, I'm nice. I know what I do. So I'm gonna tell them, yeah, we gotta up that some.
Damn, look.
This is the time, bro, for sure. This is the time. Because everybody getting it.
I feel like, yeah, because you got to now. We at a point like, if you was making the same money you was making 2 years ago, that shit ain't cutting it.
Facts.
That shit is not cutting it. If you was living check to check then, now it's like you need everything and then some.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, upping the prices only makes sense.
I don't know how else it was a big year for me though. This honestly felt like a mellow year, except for like the way that we vacationed.
I just hate how my year felt rushed. It felt so rushed. Like I couldn't enjoy it like I wanted to.
I think that's just your perspective though. I think if you would have sat back and enjoyed, like if you would have, what they say, wake up and smell the roses or something like that. If you would have smelled the roses, you would have taken time to smell the roses.
But I do know that I had a good year though. That's the weird part. I had a good year, but the year just didn't feel long enough. That's what it is.
That's so weird, bro.
Why?
Because it was 365 days like the rest of them.
I don't feel like it though. It just
That's
don't.
because all you was doing was working, bitch.
Like, what you talking, bitch? I went on 2 vacations. Shoot, 3.
All you did was work.
Look, yeah, I brought in a new year in Florida.
You worked all of the time that you were on vacation to make up for going on vacation, though.
No, man. So we got a couple, not awards, but acknowledgement. Song of the year, etc. Right?
Yeah.
You have yours?
I got some, yeah.
Nah, I don't know my song of the year. I do know my album of the year.
I don't believe you. You don't like your song of the year.
No.
You listen to a song 23,000 minutes.
No, artist.
You listen to a song 23,000 minutes and you don't like that's your number one or your Apple Replay?
That's my artist. I think that's valid.
How many? No. You got your Apple Replay up, right?
Yeah.
Bring your Apple Replay up. And whatever that top song is, you said you don't like that's your top song.
Yeah.
Even though that's your top song.
Yeah.
That's the one you like the most.
But
that bitch had you in a chokehold, huh?
No,
don't stop scrolling, nigga.
No,
you know where it's at?
No, I'm in albums, top playlists.
Nah, it's the top one. It's the first one.
Okay, okay. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Cold December by Rod Wave.
How many times?
594.
Listens?
Yeah, plays. Yeah. Second place is Fading by Rod Wave, 339 plays. There's a couple things I think that can take an effect with this because you know how albums people really you don't know they release singles. You don't listen to singles, right?
Right.
So if they release a single, I'll play it.
All right? Yes, and that counts for your album.
Yes.
Yep.
And then when you throw it on the album too, it's like that's why I don't think that should be number one.
But that's your song though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether that was on the album or not. You listen to that song 594 times.
I have that song twice on my phone.
You still listened to it 594 times.
I listened to him on shuffle.
You love that song. That was your song of the year. Now I understand you not claiming that's your favorite song of the year. I understand not claiming that. You don't have one that's close. Like out of your top 10 that you got right there, you can't see one and be like, "Oh yeah, no, that's the song. That's the one."
Probably Fading or Not the Same by Mozzie.
Both of them by Mozzie?
No, Fading by Rod.
Yeah. No, of course not. You so fucking boring, dog. You so boring, bro.
Like
every time we talk about music, you just gonna say Rod Wave. Like you just gonna say Rod Wave.
To 20,000 minutes of him.
Who else is your top? You gonna say Rod Wave, Kodak Black, and that's it.
Bro, those not even my top 3. Kodak Black is not in my top 3.
That's because you got a kid now.
He number 4. Little baby squeezed in. Top 3. But yeah, it got to be Mozzie or Rod Wave.
But it's crazy that you only have 2 artists that you like literally ever talk about. That's wild to me. Out of how much music there is to hear. But look, this is how people get out. Like basically, you are Rod Wave Hive. Like you are a Beyonce fan for Rod Wave.
I'm not though.
You are.
I'm not.
Like, people who love Beyonce, you only talk to them about Beyonce.
Like, but what I'm trying to say is like, if you bash Rod Wave, okay, have at it.
That's not true.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm his biggest fan.
So I have text messages that disagree. When I disrespect Rod Wave, you call me names.
Like, no, because what are you doing? Like, he said nothing to you. Like, that makes sense. Like, I'm sticking up for what's right. Like, love wins, bro. For real.
Stop saying love wins, man.
That was my slogan of the year. Love wins.
All right, so your top song is Cold December.
Sure, yeah.
Or which one did you say?
Fading. By Rod Wave.
So you got two of them. Fading, and then what's the one by Mozzie?
Not the same.
Not the same.
Yeah. So
that's the one that you sent to the chat? Uh-huh. That was crazy?
That shit crazy.
Didn't he bring up his dead homies in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every fucking
every song.
Fucking Mozzie song.
But do you have yours?
Yeah, no question.
And do you agree with your Apple Music replay?
Apple Music replay says Ghetto Gods, and I mostly agree with that. Like that is that even when the year-end review came out last month, we was able to look at them, and I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's my top song, and I was surprised kind of, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, that song is hard. And I played it again, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not listening to shit else for a week. I didn't listen to nothing else for a week."
Now I'm curious of how you listen to music. Now, do you literally just put it on repeat?
It depends. Sometimes, yeah.
Like I'm asking how you get your so many plays, or is it like an artist is on shuffle?
Oh yeah. Usually it's an album that's on repeat, and so basically this is how I listen to music. On Friday, I check to see if there's anything interesting. And if there's nothing interesting, I try to see if there's anything that I've never heard of before that looks like it could be interesting. Mm-hmm. I get a new album, whether it's from somebody that I know, somebody that I don't. I give it a full listen all the way through. No replays, no skips. Listen all the way through. And then I try to do that again, but my favorites get replayed and get downloaded. Now, usually for at least 2 weeks, I try to only listen to that album as an album, whether that's shuffled or not. But after 2 weeks, and sometimes it's impossible to make it 2 weeks without making a playlist of my favorite songs and just repeating them bitches.
Yeah. So I'm a playlist type of guy. So when artists, you know how artists go on droughts of not releasing shit?
Yeah.
And then they release like a single or something, and you just be hooked. That's kind of what happened.
No. I don't know that.
Sure. That what happens to me, and I throw it in a playlist, and then it's always getting played because I listen to music from the moment I get up all day long. So that's how I get most of my plays, for real. So yeah, it's get thrown in the playlist. Now, if it was like a thing of say like actual song is on repeat, I don't even think that would be in the top 5. Yeah.
So you never go on song repeats? You probably listen to music too much to actually enjoy that.
No, I do. And it's normally when I think of the song, like, oh, damn, it's been a minute. Like, first song off my head is Window Pane by J. Cole. Instant, I'm throwing that bitch on repeat.
That's a near perfect song,
and
bro.
That easily. Like, I can, wherever I gotta go, that's the only song that's playing. I can do that.
You can do that?
I can do that in the shower.
Well, what I'm asking, though, could you make 4 hours of just that song?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
that's nothing for me.
Got you.
And I'll be singing it all day. And then when I move on, it's another song. So I don't think Rod Wave he'll be in my top 5, but he wouldn't have 4 of the 5 songs. He'll probably have 2 max.
If you went
only like strictly repeat on one song.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, easily. I can say that confidently.
It's just you want to hear multiple versions of the same Rod Wave song over and over again.
No reaction.
That's how you do.
No reaction.
I'm saying, but that's how you.
But mad. He's just, you don't know me. I don't know him. That doesn't matter to me, bro.
No, what I'm asking though is that's how you listen.
You don't know him like I do. You don't.
But that's how you listen to music though. That's why he has so many plays, because you just make Rod Wave playlists and repeat the bitches.
It's really.
I guess you don't have to repeat them since every album of his is 40 songs long.
It's a Rod Wave playlist with a little bit of this, a little bit of that added.
What do you mean a little bit of this?
A little
It's
bit
not
of
Rod
Mozzie,
Wave? Got
a
you.
little bit, one song from Migos,
Got you.
3 songs from Lil Baby, and then it gets like that.
I got you.
So
that's why those are the most played.
yeah,
Because you build your playlists.
around him.
Got you. That's crazy.
And I tried not to. And
No,
then,
you didn't.
Do you name your playlist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I name them all the time. And I be having a playlist like, this nigga did it again.
Nah, let me see your phone. No, I want to see these. I want to read some of these bitches. Hold on, let me see.
This shit is the
Go to your
real
playlist.
deal.
Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Man's got.
Yo, you could be scrolling forever, bro.
Wow, you keep your replays?
Yeah.
Top rated. Can't wait to go through that one. Baby Relax is hilarious. Hold on. Baby Relax is crazy.
I probably don't know what's in there.
No, you play these.
Hold on.
The second song in the list is Dope by Bryson Tiller.
I got heat on my phone. You tripping.
Nah, wait. Baby Relax and the second song is Don't by Bryson Tiller, bro.
I got
That's
higher in there by
fantastic,
Rihanna.
bro.
That
This is fantastic.
Like,
This is
bro,
fantastic.
Look how many it is. You go beat her for a
Baby
minute, bro.
Sing Along. It is insane. No. The first 6 songs is Webby songs.
Yeah, bro.
This is you and your girls sing along playlist? Oh, yeah. Y'all be thugging.
So,
Keep your hands in out your pockets when you hear it, bro.
So,
yeah, it's playlists like this that end up making it to where
see,
I have Lil Baby in my top.
and sometimes I only want to hear. You know how you can't repeat 2 songs?
Yes, sir.
That's why you have playlists like that.
No question.
So
No question. No, this playlist, he got a playlist called Can't Get Over, and it's literally just 2 songs from the album Voice of the Heroes by Lil Baby and Dirk.
Was hats
And
off?
it's just 2 songs.
Hats off and
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Okay and How It Feels
What?
in a playlist that's just them.
Look, you get the vibe.
Just rap them bitches over and over again. Crazy Heat. You use emojis in yours too. That's hilarious.
Because sometimes when I used to do typing, 2 playlists will show up.
I got a driving playlist too.
Yeah. I got road trip ones.
No, where your late night joint. It's tough too. It was really hard is putting these shits in the like really taking time and making these.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I don't listen to music as much anymore. I don't have time to make the right playlist. Like the playlist that deserves to be made.
That I think about what songs I want in there, and there's not a long enough playlist for me.
Yeah.
So I just be like, oh, fuck it.
And I just I still have music. I know this ain't easy. This ain't everybody else's story. I still have all my mixtape music.
And that's
all 100%.
I don't think you understand. That's so hard, bro. That is so fire, bro.
Yeah.
Not having to switch apps.
Yeah.
Like, bro, my playlist game will be next level. I don't think you understand. Like, you still got to teach you how to do that shit.
Yeah, I got you.
That shit is legendary.
I still got all my mixtape music. So to actually sit down and make a playlist out of my music would literally take at least 2 hours.
And what's also not fair is my Apple Music replay would be totally different.
No, well, it don't count those. It don't count your
I was
mixtape songs.
My shit would be different.
Yeah,
I
my
can
shit
vouch
would.
for that.
You got a wedding playlist too?
Yeah, my lady don't know what's in there yet either. Some of our favorite songs.
That's crazy. No, this is hilarious though.
Right. Do you have that many playlists?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, not this many. No, not this many. But I do got playlists.
So it's like I fuck with that shit heavy. Like, so
my song of the year is definitely Ghetto Gods. I agree with it, and statistically, it was my song of the year. But I also want to say "Shook" by Cautious Clay. Mm-hmm. That shit had me. If it wasn't for Boogie dropping, I wouldn't have been off that.
Really?
Yeah. And then, what's your album of the year then? It's probably Rod Wave, right? It's a Rod Wave.
Am I choosing it or what they say?
Both of them are Rod Wave, so let's just get it out the way.
Me choosing would be Soulfly by Rod Wave.
There's one song on that shit that I fucked with.
Don't
right?
forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you ever get it twisted. Yeah, that's that shit. And Apple Music is going to say Beautiful Mind by Rod Wave.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah. So, what's yours?
Apple Music says More Black Superheroes. And that there's some validity to that. I don't rank it that way. I would say that Cautious Clay's Deadpan Love.
Is it close for you?
Statistically, no, it's not close. Statistically, More Black Superheroes got more listens, but that is based off of the one track repeats. Like there are, I think, 3 songs on that album that have gotten multiple day one track repeats. And the reason, like the way that I listen to music, the reason that it gets like that is because I might only listen to music in the car.
Gotcha.
That might be the only time I listen to music for like 10, 15 days.
Yeah, that's so hard for me.
And if that's the case, like if I'm in my car for 20 minutes, that's just 5 listens of the same song. And if that happens for a whole week, that's like that's the only song I'm listening to.
Gotcha.
Which there have been at least 3 songs on that album that got that.
For how little you listen to music, I don't understand how you get stuck on like an album or something and not have more listens, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So like you don't listen to a lot of music when it comes to time. Like you said, if it's just probably just in your car.
I might only. It depends, bro. Like I be fluctuating sometimes.
Like you never just play music at home?
No, just because I can't have it loud.
You have to have your music loud?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need music in the background.
I need the intricacies of the background.
So,
Like what's going on in the background of a song. I need to. I want to hear all that shit.
And a car is the perfect place for that,
bro.
So
or headphone noise cancelers, bro.
Yeah, that's the perfect place.
Somewhere I can literally feel the music. That's the only way I want to listen to music.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to listen to it quiet. Like at work, there high likelihood people hear my shit out of my headphones. Because I need every piece.
Do you care? Sometimes
I'm blessing them. What are you talking about? Come on. They could never.
Remember, understand how you think I listen to Rod Wave and used to hear that coming out my headphones.
Never.
Some people would probably think the same.
But I don't listen to garbage.
Me either.
Oh.
You learned that from your man, really. But moving on, did you have a moment of the year?
Damn. Probably. I can't. Man, that's a hard one.
The more we sat and talked about it, I for sure know.
Oh, you got one.
For sure. Like, it will... Okay, when you say moment of the year, it's two. I have two. One is slightly ahead because I feel like it has to be. Like the moment I got engaged.
You did that shit fire, you did
Thank
that
you,
shit
thank
extra
you.
cold.
That and the cave swimming, cave diving, whatever you call it. That shit had to be the moment of the year for me too.
That sounds luxurious, bro, and terrifying.
Terrifying. It was actually terrifying for me. But
was it hard for you to get used to breathing?
It was
because you had that oxygen tank on your back, right? Huh?
No.
Huh?
No, just the life vest, bro.
What are you talking about? So you went inside a cave where the water wasn't it wasn't underwater.
Okay, so
I wasn't scuba diving.
No, I wasn't touching the cave, the floor. I was swimming through a cave.
The cave itself was not underwater though. Like
Half
you didn't have to dive underwater to get to the cave.
Correct. Oh no, I'm not doing that. No, that's not an option. That would never be moment of my year.
You can
I'm good, bro.
You can't scuba dive?
No, I don't want to.
You're never gonna do that?
Come
on, you never thought you would have been doing this. The cave diving thing. Or the cave swimming in the cave thing. I keep calling it cave diving. That's specifically not what you did, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
But If it's like snorkeling, if it gets the same feeling as snorkeling, I don't want to scuba dive. I can't because I was trained not to breathe underwater.
Right.
When my head face is submerged in water,
You hold your breath.
yeah, I'm not supposed to hold my. So it throws me off, and I ended up inhaling water. I don't like that.
Wait, you've done that before?
Snorkeling?
I don't know.
Yeah, snorkeling. Yeah, we did that in Jamaica too. That's weird because you can breathe underwater, but I teach myself you can't. You can't breathe out your nose, just your mouth. So it's kind of weird. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable for me.
My man said I inhaled water.
So yeah, those two got to be my moments of the year easily.
What makes the swimming in the cave thing? What makes that your moment of the year?
I faced the fear. This the most trust I put in my woman because she was there. Like,
what do you mean you trusted her? How
she gotta save me?
Huh?
If I fail, you have to save me. That's the only way I was get in.
Y'all didn't go with a instructor,
but I'd rather have her save me.
She is likely less qualified to save you than he is.
Don't care. I can be hugged up on her trying to get to the boat than another man. Comfortably.
Sure.
Like, I don't want another man giving me a piggyback ride.
I feel like you put your trust in a different place than you act. I feel like you think you put your trust somewhere that you didn't put your trust, but I understand.
If she wasn't there, I would not have got in.
I got you.
Yeah,
no, I understood that.
Like, she made me comfortable enough to do it.
Sure.
But yeah, that was, and then it was a cool moment too.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was like great sightseeing and all that shit. But yeah, that's easily mine too. Do you have any top 3 of yours or what?
No, that's a good question. We did some shit for sure. Damn, moment of the year. Yeah, I would say that the 3 pay-per-view events that we went to, like all 3 of them should be in competition for moment of the year.
You didn't have your favorite one you attended this year?
Yeah, for sure. I had a favorite. I had a favorite event that I attended, but there were different like things that happened
at each one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We met fighters at a few of them. Like each event had its own crazy shit that went down.
So if you had to give me one answer, what is it? And why?
Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. That's one of the best fights I've ever seen, and I was like there.
And that right there gave it for you?
Yeah. If I had to pick.
So I know this is a little off topic, but did the last fight kind of make that not moment of the year for you?
Oh no.
Oh, didn't care?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, man, don't get me wrong. Like there are fighters that I hope to do well more than like I hope to just see it play out. And I definitely saw one in Madison Square Garden, but him losing does not change the greatness of that moment. Like that fight was crazy. And the story behind it, like the dude beating him again after basically losing that whole fight. Still, like that shit was great. That shit was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I would probably say not the fight before that, but the fight before that was the moment of the year.
Wow. That is impressive to be there to see it. It changes the whole game.
It changes the whole game. And it was like if I had been watching that from my house, that would have been one of the best fights I've ever seen. And the fact that I was watching it from Madison Square Garden it definitely puts it up there.
So me and you was kind of butting heads on this one. Our meal of the year. Nah.
We're butting heads because I don't understand how your meal of the year could be a meal that is a meal of every year. Like it's just what you have.
Because it's so
I don't
good.
think favorite meal is the idea of meal of the year.
But it's so good.
Like, don't you like sleeping?
Yeah.
Don't you love sleeping?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't sleeping be your moment of the year? The best sleep you got this year. There's a reason for it.
Because every sleep don't hit. Sometimes
what I'm saying is the best sleep of the year wasn't the thing that you named. And that's because sleeping is routine.
but,
You picked a routine meal for your meal of
but
the year.
what I'm trying to say is like it didn't miss at all. Every time. The numerous times I had it, it just didn't miss. So it has to be up there, man. It's like this. Like LeBron. LeBron should have got MVP every year he's been in the league.
Absolutely.
Balled out.
True.
But because it became so normal, the value of what he's doing went down. And then somebody do the same thing he does, they get MVP. That's just normally how it works. So I had another great meal, but it wasn't as consistent as my favorite meal of the year. You see what I'm saying?
I do. I see what you're saying. Yes, I vehemently disagree with it.
Yeah. So what's your meal of the year?
It's between two of them. When we went to Vegas, we got a real nice meal, like a crazy nice meal.
You talking about the one you had to wash dishes?
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
Well, are you forced to make that the meal of the year for the price tag?
Nah, bro, that shit was unbelievably good. Unbelievably good.
And then what's the toss up with that?
And then there's a restaurant here in Akron called Dante Bacuzzi or Bacuzzi. And it's like a multiple. It's high end and it's like multiple courses. You can get like multiple courses. And we got the chef's table, so you like sat back there.
Yeah, that's the one.
That is correct, bro. That experience was top tier.
Really?
Yeah, but also possibly the best plate of food that I have ever eaten. I ate that night, and wow. I literally hold it to that regard. I'm not just saying that because I liked it a lot. I think it was honestly the best meal I've ever eaten, and it was the halibut.
See, now when I said that about pork chunks and rice, I look crazy, right? I look crazy, right?
When you say what?
Possibly the best meal I have ever had in my life.
Yes, you look crazy. Yeah.
That is good. For me, it's going to either be that or lobster.
No, it's going to be that. It's going to be that.
Yeah. Or lobster from Jamaica is second runner-up. Now, I could be biased because I didn't think lobster was good, and they changed my mind on that. Easily changed my mind. Some of the greatest seafood I had right there. Could not believe it. That shit opened my eyes. So that's runner up right there. But pork chunks and rice with ranch, bro. Give me that every day of the week, man. Every day of the week,
man. I want to call you like derogatory names.
Shout out to my lady, man.
Like and ranch, bro.
And ranch, drizzle all over it, bro. That shit is. You ever had it?
You're disgusting.
That's probably why you think the hopalop or hash bulo. What'd you say? What'd you say? What is it?
Yeah,
that's probably why you think that was the best thing you ever had. You never had that pork chunks and rice and ranch.
I never put the ranch on my fucking rice.
Please don't knock it till you try it, man.
Stop talking to me about
incredible,
this.
yo.
Let's move on to the next thing, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We did our moment of the year. We did our meal of the year. What was your purchase of the year?
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't want to count the tickets to the events. I don't want to. If I had to, purchase of the year was the Vegas trip that we took.
What's the difference?
Of what? Or between what?
Why can't you count the tickets purchased, but you can count the Vegas trip?
No, I'm saying those.
You can't count them?
Yeah, I was saying that I wasn't going to count those, but if I was, it would be the Vegas one.
Easily?
Yeah.
Not even close?
Nope.
Wow. So if you're not
because that was pure enjoyment. You know, other than, I don't know about you. No, I do. I don't know about you. I do know about you. We go on vacation with our women.
Yeah.
We go on vacation with our women.
Wait. Don't say nothing that'll get me in trouble. Don't say nothing I'll agree with.
You want me to turn it off? Like we
just edit it out. But go ahead.
So when we go on vacation with our women, it's impossible we don't spend at least 20% of the time arguing. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
20% is a good vacation.
Facts. Facts. 20% of the time, I'm like, we gonna be arguing. Like, me personally. But that was the one that, other than that, nothing but enjoyment. Every time we went anywhere, it was a great time. Like, literally everything we did was fantastic.
If all vacations was like that, would you travel more?
No.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was expensive. So.
But not worth the enjoyment for you.
It was absolutely worth it. I just don't have the ability to do that more often.
Gotcha. But
if you're asking me if you had the ability to comfortably travel the way that I did 5 times a year, no question. No question.
You'll do that outside of UFC.
Oh, wait.
Because you said I'm only saying that because you said UFC events is your vacation.
Yeah.
Now, that Vegas was like just a legit vacation for you, right?
No, there was UFC. Like, that was the point of the vacation.
Okay. Didn't you go to Colorado too?
Not this year, but we have gone to Colorado.
And that was just a vacation?
Just a vacation. Both times that we've gone to Colorado has just been vacation.
Gotcha.
And the first time we did a bunch of shit. And it was like discovering like what there is to do. Like just seeing Colorado and doing the different shit that is there to do in Colorado. And it was a good time most of the time. But every time I went back to the hotel or went back to the Airbnb, I was like, I want to go home. Like, I wish I could teleport for the event that we went on that hike. We went on like 5 hikes while we were there. Every time we would get done with the hike and everything's like now we're just in a house. Yeah. I'm like, I wish I could teleport home, spend the night at home, and then go out and do whatever I wanted.
You didn't feel like that in Vegas?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
He's like, what's next?
Yeah, because there was so much. There was so much to do, and there was always something to be excited for that day.
So, is the problem the planning?
No, the planning is top tier. I promise you that.
Like,
the planning is top tier. But I guess that's not true. I guess that's not true because whenever we would go back to the hotel, there was a little bit of. I guess the difference in Vegas is that there's not downtime. Like, there's always shit happening in Vegas.
Gotcha.
Like, the hotel we're staying at is also a casino. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing the casino thing nearly as much as someone else that's just going to Vegas to do Vegas would be doing it. But it never stopped. Like, we weren't done with the day until 11 p.m., midnight. Like, you aren't done. Your day of vacation doesn't end until late.
Yeah, and then
when we went to Colorado, it was like...
It's shut down at 8 o'clock.
It's over. It's just a Wednesday for everyone here, bro. Like, this is a city.
So, I get you on that. So, outside of those trips, what would it be then? Your moment of the year?
Oh, you mean my purchase of the year?
Yeah, purchase of the year. I'm sorry.
AirTags. I bought Apple AirTags.
You was telling me about that shit,
bro. Like, I get so nervous about checking bags, but I also have to check bags. I get nervous about checking bags when we fly because people tell me how they lose bags so often, which is crazy to me. I've never had that happen to me before.
Same.
But I would be devastated. So I bought AirTags, and bro, they are perfect for that. Like, even if you lost a bag, you would know exactly where the fuck your bag was.
And out of everything, that's your purchase of the year?
Number one. No question. It's not even close.
Even with the shoes, clothes you bought?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong, I did. I got a few of those too, but I wouldn't call them purchases of the year. My big purchases came last year for shoes.
Yeah, I
you got one, right?
Yeah. My purchase of the year?
Your ring, do you got to say that too? I mean, you have to mention it now.
You changed my mind.
You designed your ring too, right? Oh yeah, that's the purchase of the year.
Purchase of the year.
Yeah, no question.
I don't know what the fuck we doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, my ring. Well, not my ring. My fiance's ring.
Right. Yeah.
Purchased easily.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I was thirsty to get it. Like,
thirsty to give it to her.
The reason it didn't go as planned because
I'm the reason.
No, they are.
Oh,
it looked too good. Well, I'm the reason. It looked too good. Like, I wasn't. I knew.
Wait. Who's they?
What you mean?
You said they're the reason that
it's really me. I was gonna say K, but no, it's really me. Like I designed that shit. Like I wish they would have delayed it until like a day.
I feel it.
Like, but yeah, that shit looked good.
Yeah,
yeah. And I knew I didn't feel no moment like, she might not like it.
Not.
No,
none of
this
that.
is it. She fucking with this. Yeah, that's my purchase of the year, easily.
No, it's funny because I absolutely know for sure that is your purchase of the year. Because when I designed my wife's ring, there was no way that wasn't the purchase of the year. Like that was the one.
And then I still look at videos of it when it came to that shit. It just warms my heart, and I don't gotta wear that shit, bro.
You don't get to wear it.
Yeah,
I would wear my wife's engagement ring if we got this. If every time we bought a woman an engagement ring, they would have to give you a matching engagement ring. Mm-hmm. I would love that. Like that ring is so fire.
I wouldn't wear it on my finger.
Yes, you would.
No, I wear it around my neck. I put it on a keychain or something. My girl's ring, yeah. No, that ain't my swag.
What you mean? Diamonds?
Yeah.
You don't like looking expensive?
Nah, it don't look.
That joint nice, bro.
Look like you'll go to Zesty University, bro.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah.
Nah,
you're not.
That ain't me.
You're not in tune with your femininity.
Sure, all right. Okay. But yeah, if that wasn't the purchase, my next one, runner up, got a truck this year.
Oh yeah, that's massive too.
Yeah,
I understand why those are
like whole different ball game though, price tag wise. so I feel like that ring should be runner up though. Like they got me for like 5-6 years. But
that's hilarious. No, that's hilarious.
No, for real.
That's not where I thought you was going with that. That's hilarious.
Like, if you base it off that, like, shit, I'm gonna be working forever if I keep making purchases like that.
That's true.
But yeah, the truck and the ring, like,
those are big ass moments.
Same year too, like, just a few months apart.
Damn. I want to ask then. Like, you feel like you had a good year, right? Like you said, this was a top tier year. Would you say it was your best year?
As in fun or like?
Ooh, good question. Let's say, was it your best year financially?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Was it your best year leisurely?
I'm gonna say no, and it was by choice.
Right.
Yeah.
It was.
It could have been.
It was so that you could top out that financial.
Yeah.
And then was it your best year family?
Oh. If we go home time, I'm gonna say no. If we go on like vacation time or something like outside the house, I'll say yes.
I feel like those should be together. Like, vacation is a part of your home time, like, versus the other types of time that there are.
Okay, so we did bigger things as a family this year.
Sure, yeah.
So that's why I feel like I should separate them.
I feel like you're hesitating. I feel like you want to separate them. I feel like you want to separate them so that you can say yes.
But I said home time, no.
Right.
But then overall, if they're keeping them together, probably not. But I feel like it's close.
Now, I don't want you to think that I'm asking you, is this the best? I'm not asking you, is this the best year that it could have been?
Right.
I'm asking if it was the best year that you've had. Still no.
Yeah, probably still no. Yeah. I feel like it's close though. So, yeah, I feel like it's close. Like, what's your answer to those questions?
Like, my best year
financially,
damn, that's not an easy question to answer. I spent more money than I've ever spent this year.
Did you?
But I also made more money than I've ever made this year.
So that's suggesting, right?
But there was a year where I made less and also spent way less. So I ended up, like, this year, let's call it, I broke even or lost a few $1,000. There in 2020, I was up a lot. I gained a lot. So I don't know how to answer that. Because the way that I spent, I would never have been able to spend that and not be in the hole.
Right. So I would say yes for you only because you made more money and you was able to spend it. Right.
That's not the way. So to me, the way that I see success is by ending positive. I didn't end this year in the positive.
Are you
financially?
Are you counting? Okay, so you count numbers. Like, okay, that's how you look at it. So for me, then, let me re-answer that question. Then
You don't have to answer how I answered it. I'm curious, but
yes, this is gonna be yes still.
that's what's up, bro.
Yes,
you ended up positive. That's hard,
but it was close to not being positive.
I know, bro. It was tough out here.
So it was close to not being positive, but yeah.
I was close to being positive.
So
if I would have had 3 more weeks on this year, I would have ended up positive.
But yeah, I think last month my side word is the reason I went positive.
I know, bro. Yeah. I know. That's why I need 3 more weeks. I need 1 more paycheck.
Damn, right. I got work to do tomorrow outside.
But financially, no. I don't think it was my best year. 2020 was beautiful to me, like financially at least. It took a toll, like being alone, like just being me and my wife for the whole time.
That's crazy.
But it made it so easy to make money. Like that's when the side work started. That's when there was just so much overtime to be worked, and I wasn't doing anything else, bro. I made and did not spend anything. I made so much and didn't spend anything.
Do you wish to do that again?
Great question. If there was a way I could get the benefits and also have time, then yes. But I don't think that's possible. I think one has to, like, in order for me to dedicate as much time to work, I would have to not do other shit, and I would much rather do other shit than to have the best financial year. So the other answers to my question, leisurely, yes, this was the best year. And family, yes, this was the best year. I feel like I'm getting so much better at the family thing, bro. I feel like I'm getting so good at it. Being able to nurture all of the different relationships that I have. I think I'm starting to understand the expectations that other people have of me. I'm understanding how to navigate those expectations along with my own desires. And to always, I think the thing that I'm best at now than I've ever been is my ability to always let it be known that it's coming from a place of love. Like even when I can know, now that I know all of those things put together, now that I know what your expectations are of me, now that I know how to navigate those expectations along with my own desires, giving you the information that I'm about to disappoint you, like I'm way better at doing that than I've ever been before. Like, look, I'm pretty sure I'm picking up on what you would want this answer to be. It's not what you want it to be, but just know that that's not because I am angry with you. It's not because of any other reason than I simply don't want to, and I love you still. Like, it has nothing to do with whether I love you or not. I love you, but this is not what I want to do, type of shit. So I feel like it was definitely the best family year and definitely the best leisure year.
Now, you learning that and this being your best year at doing that, is that why this was your best family year for you?
Yeah.
Only because of what you did?
The way that it affected my relationships, yeah. I would say that I'm not leaving this year feeling like I didn't nurture a familial relationship that I needed to. And I have felt that in almost every other year. I'm like, damn, man, there's like, it's a little weird with this family member right now because of, I don't know what. I can't exactly put my finger on it. And this isn't something that I've learned just in this year. It's just the thing that I have been able to implement. But it was definitely the first year that I can say I did everything that I could do, that I know that I could do, to let the people that I love know that I love them. And to avoid hurting as many feelings as because, sometimes niggas be hurting feelings. At least that's what they tell me.
And when you know you do that, do you care about hurting feelings at that point? When you know you did all you could?
Yeah.
To express, like...
Yeah, because, and the reason that I say, and I understand where you're going with that. I understand that you're saying, I try my best. If your feelings is hurt, that's your fault. Yeah. I understand that. And when I say that I understand that, I'm not just like brushing it off. I mean, I literally have been that guy where it's like, nah, that's your fault. Be less sensitive type shit. But because I can at least acknowledge that it's never my goal to hurt someone's feelings. So if someone's feelings are hurt and I had anything to do with it, I wish that wasn't the case. I would love to know how I could not hurt their feelings. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes I just don't have the ability. Mm-hmm. Like there might be something I could do and I just don't know about it. That doesn't mean that the answer is going to change. Like if you're telling me the only way that I could not hurt your feelings is to give you $100 today, well, your feelings are going to be hurt, and I still love you. Like I love you, but
you don't. Give me
I'm not going. I'm not going to give you the $100.
Like, see, that's fucked up. Knowing that can change our relationship, that's crazy.
Like that, you know, in situations like that where it's like I'm not going to do the thing that you want me to do,
but
and I'm not going to be manipulated by your desires. But what I am going to do is let you know that this isn't because I'm not fucking with you.
It's weird because I asked you that, like, is there anything that can happen for you to cut someone off?
You did just ask me that, yeah.
It's weird you say that because, like, with certain family members of mine want to argue, I want you to know I am not fucking with you. Like, this is the last day you see me. Like, I want them to know that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I didn't fuck with somebody, I would want that to be known.
Even though you love them?
I've not been faced with that.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I feel like that is common for me. And for you to not feel that or even have had to deal with that is kind of weird to me.
I've had to deal with it once, and that person absolutely knows that I don't fuck with them, but I don't know that is noticeable to them because they don't fuck with me.
Right.
So they want it to be known, like, I don't care that he don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with him.
But I want them to want to fuck with me. I want you to know I'm not fucking with you, bro.
That's weird.
Nah, because
that's so toxic.
That's
toxic.
And it's like, I love you, but bro, I'm just not fucking with you, bro. Like, we just be on different type of times, and I hope I don't ever learn what you learned because I want them, and I'm not fucking with you. Stay away from me. Like, I don't want to re-fuck with you.
I'm not going to
unless
lie
you're
to you.
fixed.
I'm not.
They fix themselves. You can come back around. I see if you'll be fixed.
Yeah, you definitely got a lot of learning to do for sure.
No, for real, bro.
But no, what I want to tell you, that's growth already. When we first met, loving them and fucking with them were intertwined.
Yeah, you either don't love them and they stay away from you.
Yeah,
or
if you block somebody, that means you hate them. Like, that's what you were saying. Like, you said, I got my sister blocked and I do not love her.
Bro, I'm really a different type of nigga.
It's so crazy.
No, bro, because niggas really used to have me fucked up. And they need to know, like, they were the problem. It wasn't me. And they don't know that they're the problem until they're blocked. Like, when you realize, damn, like, what the fuck I do? And then they think about what they did. Like, that's all I want you to do is think about what the fuck you did.
No, they don't. They do not think about that.
I think they do. It worked for me, though.
How did it work for you?
Because the people I unblocked, they're in my lives now. They acting better. And I got to shout out to that block list, though.
Now, so because I know you and I interact with you regularly, like off of this podcast, we talk every day pretty much. Mm-hmm. Because of that fact, I often will let the type of shit that you just said, I'll just let that shit go. You just said they're acting better. And typically, because I interact with you so often, I know that if I interact with that, it just feeds into it feeds into the game that you play. And what I don't want is for our listeners, because, bro, every time somebody hits me up about the pod, I shouldn't say every time. Most times when people hit me up specifically, instead of hitting up the Instagram or email or anything, if they hit me up specifically, they're like, I am going to fight your co-host, or I can't fucking believe your co-host type shit. So I don't want them to think that I am condoning the type of shit. Like, what you're saying, I think I've realized it as a joke. That's how I see it. You saying that they're acting better. That's a joke to me. Even if you mean it, it's a joke because that is just nonsensical. But when you say they're acting better, what exactly do you mean by that?
They learn their lesson. Like, okay, if I tell my daughter not to touch the stove and she touches the stove and I put her in the corner, she coming out the corner, not touching the stove.
That's your daughter. A 5-year-old.
Okay, in the same discipline, like the put in the corner is the block list. No contact to me.
You're putting people want to grown adults.
Believe it, yes, it doesn't matter. Believe it or not, people want to talk to me. All right? In order to do that, you either go act right.
No, they just need $100. They just need $100.
No, I'm not giving
people don't want to talk to you.
Yes, they do.
No,
or interact, whatever.
No, they don't. Yes, they want to interact with you just so that they can ask you for a favor. They want the access to favors from you.
Sure, okay.
I am one of 4 people that want to talk to you.
Like, that's cap. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. If I don't use my phone, if I don't text someone back, they will text me. I can't say the same thing. There's not a lot of people I'm texting first. There's not what you call a lot. I'm telling you, there's not a lot.
At least 5.
What? To text first?
Yeah.
Outside of my household that I live with?
Nope. Not outside of it. Including people that live in your house. It's okay, so
damn, I'm at like 4.
Skip all of this. All of this, right?
Okay.
It's weird to me that you feel like this is something to brag about.
That people want to talk to me?
Yeah.
What's weird about that? Do people want to talk to you?
Yeah, but
do you think? Do you know that?
No, but that's just because I don't feel like I know just about anything.
You got an ego. That's why you say yeah. People want to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I have an ego.
I'm
yes,
the most
that's probably
egoless person you know. Probably
the what?
Egoless person you know. I don't have an ego. No, that's a joke. I'm sorry. I gotta throw that one out. That's a good joke.
That's
insane.
But
I really do think people want to talk to me or interact with me, bro.
I know you think that.
No, I don't know that. Though. Nah, bro. There's no way. Because these are...
That's not what they're telling me, bro.
You gonna edit this out? You gonna edit this out?
Don't
do it. They also said they got me breakfast. They also said that I haven't eaten in 2 fucking days. Besides dinner, though. Like, that shit bullshit. No, whoever telling you is lying. Go back and check that shit.
No, that's
a receipt.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But no,
But you want to punish people
for acting up, yes.
For not behaving the way that you want them to.
No, they should behave.
But instead of expressing to them what they did wrong, which is way more likely to have that effect. Otherwise, it's just building resentment towards you.
Whoa. What makes you think I didn't do that, though? Like, why do you think I skipped that step?
That's the thing. Well,
You think blocklist is the first thing?
That was presumptuous. You're right. That was presumptuous. But what I noticed is that you think that the action that's going to get the results is the blocking.
Correct.
Like, you don't think the conversation is going to do it.
No consequences.
You think the tantrum of blocking is going to do it.
It's not a tantrum.
It's a tantrum.
No, it's not.
It's a tantrum.
Bro, I am moving on.
No, you're not, though.
Yes, I am.
Do we got to do this?
Yes, I'm moving on.
This is the year-end episode, and we had an hour now, so I feel like this is not what we want to do. But there have been instances where you did the block list, and you came back, and you was like, you know what? I was tripping. You was tripping. You realized recently that the block list is not the way to go. Lie to me.
Listen.
Lie to me.
Let me tell you why. Life. Now, if
that's what we're doing.
Listen, life didn't exist, and it was like forever, that block list was going to work at some point. Like, or maybe if she was younger, the block list would have worked at some point. Like, I'm at like 100% success rate with the young crowd.
You think that young people don't die?
That's not what I said. It's least likely to happen, depending on cause of death. It's been very effective for me though. So it's like, why stop?
You have an answer. Like you were given an answer recently. Why stop?
It was just a test to see if I was gonna keep doing it. But no one made me mad since though. That was the last person I had to block.
But you think that you're gonna use it again? You know how sick it would be if you said yes to that? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I would genuinely be upset with you if you said yes to that.
What if I'm currently using it?
You just said that was the last person that you had.
Yeah,
blocked.
but that if I learn my list, I would have started unblocking people who have no access to me, right?
Sure.
What if I kept them blocked?
If it's for the childish reason that you were saying before, how they're not behaving properly, then that's kind of weird.
When I say behaving properly, I express the problem to you, and you push it under the rug. All right, cool. You have no access to me. Is that childish?
It could be, yeah.
Even if I express something that's hurting my feelings, you continue to do it?
It depends on how you express it.
In a respectful way. And they take you as a joke.
Look,
literally,
bro,
take you as a joke.
This isn't what this podcast is about. This isn't what this episode is about.
You got me here though, but I see what you say though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
So I need to ask you, how do you plan on changing your year next year? Like, what is it that you are going to do next year?
Next year, the most important thing headed in is time management.
How do you think? Okay, so the way that I want to frame this question is, out of the 3 levels, financial, family, and leisure, which of those gets the focus next year?
I want family to be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I want financial to be number 2. well, okay, let me be honest. I want financial to be number 1 and family to be number 1. But it can't work like that. So I want family to be number 1. But if I can eliminate a 3rd spot and it be financial, I think I'll be okay with that. No leisure time. Like I'll be book it. I'll be down for that. So I want to find a schedule that works for me, that is comfortable for both of us.
You're going to Disney next year.
Stop putting bad shit in there, bro.
Disney is magical.
And expensive.
Magically expensive.
Nah, yeah. That's it.
Is that like Lucky Charms? They're magically expensive.
But yeah, that's probably it. Like,
how you gonna do it?
I'd have to come up with a schedule. Me and my lady got to sit down. We just spoke about this last week.
Are you gonna do it though?
Yeah. And then I want to start budgeting.
That's fucking difficult.
So I believe it.
That's difficult. That's real hard. You really gotta. Well, for me, at least, for me, I had to be poor. For me, I had to revert back to being poor. Like when I got paychecks, I just didn't have a paycheck.
That and that's what I'm scared about budgeting, is going to make me want to work more. That's why I've been hesitant to do it.
That's not the point of budgeting.
I know. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of scared to do it.
It's weird how we have to behave as if there's a famine. Like we have to behave as if there's less than.
Yeah.
But that's just how it works for me. I had to just I have to not have the money to not spend the money.
And I hate that. I want to kick that shit.
Me too. But if it works, bro.
What about you? What's your importance?
Financial is going to be number 1.
Really?
Yeah. Just in like the focus of how I shape my year, how I shape my decisions. Obviously, family is, like in my life, family is number 1. It's the thing that is most important, and I behave that way almost all of the time. So, but financially, I'm going to focus on, getting positive, heavy positive.
Early?
Not early, this whole year. Okay. Like, all year.
So now, do you think that's going to cause problems with your family?
No.
Not at all?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I have it set up pretty clean now, and I don't think anything's going to have to change. Well, I don't think much is going to have to change for too long.
You're just going to have less leisure time, though, right?
Yeah. No leisure.
No?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm trying to be.
Unless the UFC come to, like,
Cleveland.
driving area,
Sure.
driving distance.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'll be able to set it up. Like, my work-life balance will be pretty steady. I might
Like
need
fair
to-
steady or like consistent?
consistent with what it is now. Like
Gotcha.
65-35 would be like high.
Okay. That's what it is like now?
Yeah.
Really?
I worked on Christmas.
You call me a slave for working after Christmas.
Difference.
No,
there
it's
is a
not.
difference. There
Yours
is a
is
difference.
worse.
There's a difference.
Yours is worse.
We're not gonna look. We can. I will chalk it up. I will look back.
Yours is worse, right?
You can call it. You can call
Yours
it
is
that.
worse.
I'll take that.
You-
but there is a fundamental
cardboard.
difference.
Yeah. Fucking worse. Just but
yeah, I'll be able to navigate the change within what I like my high for this year.
so outside of like personal, I have a question like what do you want to change like or prep for in the future for the podcast next year?
Damn, that's a heavy man. Maybe that should be the moment of the year. Moment of the year, starting the podcast. That should, yeah, that's what we'll call. I don't even know if I gave an answer for that. Moment of the year, starting the podcast. Yeah, that was the moment.
Yeah.
That felt good. Like the first time people came, like, oh, I listened to the podcast, and
Yeah.
like they sent like a whole paragraph type
The
shit.
reviews.
That shit was massive. That was definitely moment of the year. But for the pod, I want to change. I want to have more episodes like this, like where I have to work to edit it down because we really had a full 2-hour conversation today.
Damn.
Like that's tight.
We're supposed to record two today too.
We going to, but no, this style of conversation, more interaction, maybe focus a little more on like the marketing of it.
Yeah.
Definitely want to change that.
That was my answer right there.
And maybe get some equipment. We already doing pretty damn good, like with the equipment that we got, but get some equipment.
Yeah,
Just really taking off.
I want the next steps of the sharing, getting us out there more.
Yeah.
Instead of just the people we know here. Like
Yeah.
I want people who don't know us at all, like never heard us, didn't even know we existed, listening to us.
Yeah.
And I want to figure out what we got to do that, to put that in motion.
I feel that. Completely agree.
Oh, I want t-shirts too.
Bro, we got a long way to go before I'm willing to make t-shirts.
Like, oh no, just for us, like.
Yeah. Nah, that's hard.
Just for us, yeah. I want to be more active with the podcast, like the behind the scenes with you. I want to be a little more active with that too. Like, because I feel like I can do more. I just need to know what more I can do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
So, and I want our listeners want to know about their year. Was this their best year? They had a good year, a bad year. Their albums of the year, their songs of the year, their moment of the year. Like it was a year for a lot of people.
Yeah, it seemed like what I've been hearing, and this is probably just because people are hyperbolic on social media. Mm-hmm. They just exaggerate everything. Everything is either black or white, which is just, it was the worst thing or the best thing. So 2022 was either your best year, is what I'm seeing on Instagram, or it was just the worst that has ever been.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what people have to say as well, especially in the ways that we broke them down. And there are definitely ways to break a year down that we didn't break it down. So we would love to know if you have any other categories other than leisure, family, and financial. Those are the ones that we think about and talk about the most. So we're definitely curious as to how y'all felt about it, how y'all categorize things. So hit us up at the Overly Opinionated Podcast on Instagram, at the OO Pod Boys on Twitter, and the Overly Opinionated Pod gmail.com if y'all want to email, as some of you old folks do. Yeah, hit us up wherever. We really appreciate y'all being on this ride on the biggest moment of the year for us. Well, for me, at least. The biggest moment of the year was definitely starting this podcast, and that means nothing without people's ears that y'all lending right now. We greatly appreciate that. And can't wait to keep on doing this with y'all. We going to get our first full year in next year.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hit us up, and y'all have a good new year.
Happy New Year's and happy holidays.
See y'all next Wednesday.